This is one of the most scenic trains I've ever taken in Italy. In just a few hours I was transported from rolling hills to the sparkling Mediterranean coast. There are no direct trains between Milan and Nice, and the route requires a change in Ventimiglia near the Italian-French border, although I did this the long way with an additional change in Genoa. This certainly is one of the most enjoyable train rides I've made in Europe, and those Mediterranean views will stay with me forever. Good morning and welcome to Milan Central Station once again. Well, today I'm going to be heading all the way down to Nice in France. I'm taking the long route. 3 trains, mostly because there's nothing direct. I mean, there is a possible to do it in 2, but I'm taking a ferry for reasons I'll explain later. I'm going to have stop-offs at Genoa and Ventimiglia. So I'll be travelling there with TrenItalia on the first 2 legs. Firstly InterCity and then a regional train. And then finally SNCF's TER regional trains to take me the final leg into Nice. It is currently just gone 5 a.m. My train leaves at 5:30. I think the only reason it's leaving this early is because there's engineering works. This normal track that it goes down is closed for upgrades, so it's taking a diversionary route that takes a long time. I'm never up this early. I don't know how I managed to get here. So just be thankful that there's a video at all. But yeah, anyway, let's go from Milan to Nice by train. Okay, let's get on board. It is, again, so warm today. It feels like it's already in the 30s. It probably isn't. But that's literally what it feels like. And in fact, today, in some parts of France, it's predicted to get to 42 degrees. Thankfully, not in Nice where I'm going, it's only going to be about 38. Only 38. Well, it looks like my platform's just been announced. I'm getting the 5:30 train to Ventimiglia, which departs from platform 16. Okay, let's go get on board. There's actually more people here than I was anticipating. I thought being a train at 5:30 would be quiet, but here is our train. It's an InterCity something or other. Oh, hello. Cute little doggy wanted to say hello. Yeah, InterCity. I think that's actually the old logo. I've seen. Yeah, here we go. These blue trains got a different logo, so I think this is the new one. It certainly looks, it feels newer, doesn't it? Travelling in standard class today. There is a first class section on this, and you get a different seats type. It's 2-1 configuration rather than the standard 2-2. But I don't think you receive any like additional service, like no complimentary snacks or anything like that. So I kind of figured I'll just travel in standard for this one. I've chosen my seat. I was able to do that when I booked it online. Most of the standard seats are at tables, but I have managed to get one of the very few seats that are just like airline style. And I just checked the seat map before I left my hotel earlier, and it's showing I still have that 2 seats to myself for the entire journey. So that's a good thing. Of course that could all change, but fingers crossed that I do have the train, well, the seats to myself. I won't have the train to myself. I ain't gonna be that lucky.
Good morning. We are pleased to welcome you on board the InterCity 633. The train will arrive in Ventimiglia at 11:08. TrenItalia staff are available.
As we pull out of Milan, let's take a very quick look at the first leg of our route today. Train 1 takes us as far as Genoa. The usual route shown in blue here normally takes 1 hour and 44 minutes and departs Milan at 7 a.m. But because of the line closure, we're diverted via Piacenza, which adds on an additional 90 minutes, which is why we departed at 5:30. We're scheduled to arrive in Genoa at 8:44, which is 3 hours and 14 minutes after leaving Milan. But hang on, didn't I say earlier that this train goes all the way to Ventimiglia, where I ultimately want to be? So you may be thinking, why did I just stay on this train to Ventimiglia? Well, that's because I'm an idiot. So when I originally booked this train, I booked it as on the regional train because it was the cheapest one available. It was €25 and some change, and it had a change of trains in Genoa. But it was only after I booked it did I look at it properly, and it said it was departing from Milan Rogeredo station. Rogeredo? I'm not sure how to pronounce it. And Rogeredo is like on the outskirts of Milan, down in the southern portions of it. And getting to that station from my hotel at that time in the morning was virtually impossible without using a taxi. So I was like, hey, let's just buy the bullet and I'll buy a ticket on this train. But I'll only go as far as Genoa because that was £21.50, I think it was. Whereas going all the way to Ventimiglia was £31.50. I can then use my other ticket, original ticket, to get to Ventimiglia. But it does mean I've got an hour change in Genoa. Means I can have a quick look around the station in the immediate vicinity. You're not going to stray far because I don't want to miss the train.
Siamo in arrivo a Vicenza. We are now arriving in Vicenza. We advise you to be careful while getting off the train.
So we just arrived into Piacenza, and we're going to be sat here for 35 minutes. I don't know why. It would have been nicer if they could time it so it left Milan half an hour later so we wouldn't have the long wait. It's not as if there's a loco that needs to change ends or something. There's a loco, or there's a driver's cab at both ends. So, yeah, it's obviously operational. No. It's just annoying, isn't it? Well, whilst we're here, we might as well look around the seats. We have a large tray table suitable for working on a laptop. There's a couple of power sockets, and a small bin that I've already put a can of Red Bull in. The armrest moves up and down, and there's plenty of overhead storage too, which is suitable for even the largest suitcases. The seat itself is really comfortable actually. I wouldn't mind sitting here for several hours as I watch the Italian countryside roll by. Shortly after leaving Piacenza, I decided to go and have a wander around the train. I was sat in one of the older carriages, but this train also has some of the newly refurbished carriages too. I actually quite like the look of these ones. However, there's no way of knowing ahead of time, at least to my knowledge, if you'd be travelling in a new or an old carriage, so it's kind of the luck of the draw. Further down the train there's also plenty of space for bikes. And, of course, there's a loo. Welcome to the loo. Obviously this is the first train of the day, so it actually smells nice. This is something happening on the internet train. I was actually a nice smell in there. We have a loo here, and over here we've got the sink. We have towel, soap, water and hand dryer. Let's test it all out. Yep, soap exists. Water. Oh, hang on. There you go. Step on that to water. Cool. And then towels. Oh, there go towels. Well, we bought the first train of the day, there'd be towels then. Okay, there's hand dryer. Oh, we've got a press for hand dryer. The hand dryer doesn't work. Oh well, I'll have to use these to dry your hands. So I'm going to give this a must-do bitter. Seemed good at first, but then, yeah, you can't really dry your hands on toilet paper. So we're in Riviera now, which is my last stop before the stop I get off in Genoa. Got another hour to go. It's 7:52. I did pop down to the snack area, but there was some people there. There was a guy who tried to get a coffee and the machine wasn't working, and he was talking to the attendant. He couldn't work out what was going on, so apparently there's an issue with the coffee machine. So, but yeah, I'll pop down there in a minute and I'll show you where they're not going to be interrupted by people making complaints. here's the snack area. So we've got a place where you can sit and eat things. And over here we've got some vending machines. Here's the infamous coffee machine that's not working. But there is just coffee. Sadly no tea. Oh, there is hot chocolate there. Oh, and lemonade by the looks of it. Okay. Well. And we've got like water and snacks and other bits and bobs. €2 for a bag of crisps. $1.50 for a litre of water. It's a fairly reasonable prices, wouldn't you say? So it'll probably be a nice place to just sit and eat your snacks. I'm trying to get some good photos of the view. Oh wow, okay. I was literally about to say, I'm trying to get some photos of the view, but we're going into tunnels and I can't get it. But then I happened. That was a good view. Oh, first part of this journey out of Milan, rather unremarkable views, just sort of farmland, a bit of industrial, and then you get towards Genoa. That is what we get. Once we get out of Genoa, we're going to be going along the coast all the way to Nice, and I'm assuming that the views there are going to be amazing, and I'm looking forward to that. So not long now until we're at my first exit station. I've got a 59-minute change, or is as scheduled. We are running about 4 minutes late. So I've got about, in reality, about 50 minutes to go and explore. Okay, we've got to go down these steps. Oh my god, yeah, this is a big station. We're coming on platform 17 and it goes up to 20 by the looks of things. Wow. We are pretty close to the coast. I had a quick look at the map and it looks like there's a harbour. And oh wow, that sun is beating. So like I said, I don't want to stray too far from the main station because I do actually need to get my next train. But there's no harm in just taking a quick look, is there? Well, I found where the port is. I'm trying to look up if it's a port or a harbour or what, or if there's even is there even a difference? I don't know. There's a cruise ship in here though, so therefore I'm going to say it's harbour because cruise ships go to harbours, right? I don't know exactly how to get there. The map isn't being very helpful. I just know it's in this general direction. So, but you can actually enter the station from here though, look. Yeah, look, there's train tracks down there. Alright, fine. Maybe I'll follow that on the way back. I can see the sea at least. I just don't know how to get to it. Well, it looks like you actually get to the port through that gate, but it's guarded by people. I'm assuming that I'll only be able to get through that if I have business to be through there, like maybe I'm one of the cruise passengers. So, yeah, so I don't think that's going to happen. Oh well, we saw where it was. When I get to Nice, I'll see the sea there. There will be no barriers of entry with Nice. I want to go see what this is about because this is like secondary station. Because although it is next to the station, I would have thought that this portion was much further away than where I came out. So I'll just pop down there and see where it goes. Give it back to the main station. Trains. To the trains. Doesn't look very well used. In fact, this track bed here doesn't have any, even have any tracks. Look at that, it's been pulled up. This literally does feel a bit like a ghost station. Oh, it's nice and cool down here though. It's boiling here. I think, yeah, I suppose that's one thing. I haven't actually got any suntan lotion on, so in this weather I burn really quick, so it's probably a good thing that I couldn't get to the sea, because I would have been out in the sun a lot more. But yeah, this feels like an underground station. So I just had a look at the departure board. That platform is used. There's one going to Savona in about half an hour. So yeah, it is used. It's not a nice place to stay, but it's nice and cool. That's the only advantage to that little platform. Okay, well, how do I get to where I'm going? I'm going for platform 11. 11 to 12, platform 11 over there. Okay. Well, yeah. I don't think there was actually that much to do around here. Maybe if I investigated things a bit better. Just gonna get on the front, see if I can get myself a seat on the upper deck on the left, this side, so that I can get some good views over the sea. Find a seat at the front, on the left. Great view. Luggage rack is never going to be large enough for my bag, so bag gets its own seat. This is going to be the good part of the trip. Departing at 09:43, train number 2 sees us travelling along the coast from Genoa to Ventimiglia, which is close to the French border. It stops at many different towns along the way, none of which I'm going to attempt to pronounce. We're scheduled to arrive at 12:03 after a journey time of 2 hours and 20 minutes. Very frequent tunnels on this train, so it kind of feels like if you want to get a picture of the view, you kind of have to be quick, because you see it and then it's gone because you're in another tunnel. Oh, this is a cool view. We go through Boggio Varese. I'm definitely mispronouncing it. There's like a massive beach with lots of people sunbathing and a train line going directly down the promenade. It's probably called something else in Italy, isn't it? So many people there. So many people. Alright, here's the Louvre, it's the disabled one. Can't seem to get the door shut though. I don't know. Yeah, that lock isn't working. So I ain't gonna bother using it. It also smells. It smells really bad. Yeah. This isn't a great train.
We are now arriving in Ventimiglia, final destination of this journey. We advise you to be careful while getting off the train.
Okay, don't really know where I'm going. I guess I just follow the people. Okay, that's not good. The train to Nice has been cancelled. Okay. Right, I don't know what to do now. Right, let's have a look at what's going on. Okay, so I was supposed to get the 12:18. That's been cancelled. The one after's been cancelled as well. Kind of indicates there's a problem with the line. Maybe there's just one train. The next one's still showing 1:17, which is in just over an hour's time. Let me have a look at what's going on and I'll report back. Okay, so just looking at the website now. It doesn't say anything about a problem with the line. It just says hardware unavailability. I'm assuming that's like an English translation. So it probably means unavailable train. So yeah, normally I wouldn't be too worried. If I was actually finishing my journey today in Nice, I would be fine with that. I'll be like, okay, fine, whatever. I'll just get the next train or the next available train. But I've actually got another train that I'm catching at Nice for a different video. And if I don't get that, I'm a bit screwed because that's the last train out of Nice to where I'm going. So I thought I would just come up onto one of the platforms to get some photos of the trains for like thumbnails and whatever. And I noticed here is my next train, just sat here waiting for me. So even if there is a problem with the track further down, at least there is a train here that could take us somewhere. And by the looks of things, there are people on the train already. So the doors are open, means I can get on and wait in an air-conditioned environment. That's what I'm hoping is air-conditioned anyway. Although the windows look really dirty, so I don't think we're going to get much of a view along the French Riviera. But we've got the Italian one, right? Let's just get on the train. One of these double-deck trains, the ceiling isn't as high, therefore I keep bashing my head on the overhead racks. Well, at least the train is air-cooled, so yeah. What the hell is this thing? Oh, this is cool. The air conditioning is coming from there. Oh. So you can like put your head there. That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to get cool. I put my head next to the aircon. So let's do the seat tour checklist. Drop down table, movable armrests, coat hooks, this thing, and some seats have plug sockets, but only if you happen to be by a pillar. Oh, it's getting pretty busy on this train. I mean, yeah, it's going to be busy with previous two trains cancelled. There's going to be a lot of people jumping onto this one that we're going to be on those, including me. So, yeah. I'm most certainly going to have someone sat next to me. We'll see how much I can film, but it's only an hour between here and Nice, and the views are going to be awesome. So, if you don't hear from me, that's why. As we finally leave Ventimiglia and indeed Italy behind, let's take a look at the route for our final leg of the journey. Leaving at 13:17, we'll quickly enter France and follow along the French Riviera with several stops en route, including a brief visit to Monaco, the third country on our journey today. We'll arrive in Nice at 14:13 after a travel time of just 56 minutes. We've just crossed the border into France. There was no marker as far as I could see, just there was like a customs passport control type thing. But yeah, this is France. That I think over there is Monaco. That brief little glimpse of it that we got. I'm not actually going to get to see any of Monaco because the train goes through it and stops there. But the entirety of the line is in a tunnel. So there is not a single inch of track above ground at Monaco, so yeah. Then we'll go into Monaco and out in, we'll see it really. I did plan, if I had the time, to pop out of Monaco and have a look around, but I don't have time now, unfortunately, so I'm just going to have to pass through.
Prochain arrêt, next station, prossima fermata, Monaco Monte Carlo.
There you go. Next stop, Monaco Monte Carlo. So this is the third country this train has passed through, and the first time I've ever been to Monaco. Been through Monaco. I'm not counting it. I'm not counting it as a country I've visited because I haven't visited it. Monaco station. Can't see any signs up. I'd love to get a photo of a sign saying welcome to Monaco or this is Monaco or whatever. But there isn't any of that. The only proof I've got is that this text message. Welcome to Monaco.
Station Nice-Ville. We are arriving on the B track. We get off the train on the right side, please. Merci de votre attention. Passez une belle journée, un bon voyage.
Well, that's it. I've arrived. It's the end of the video. Well, first I'm going to thank all of my wonderful channel members. Without you, this channel would not really exist in the same form. So thank you so much to all of these people over here that you can see on screen. You can become a channel member as well. Just click the join button down below, and as a reward you'll get access to all of my videos a week early, plus additional exclusive videos that no one else gets to see. So go and do that. And all that's left to say now is thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.